Okay, YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, I'm going to be breaking down and watching an entire game that I played in a tournament recently with my buddy Ardie. So I made a vlog recently that had just a lot of highlights and clips from a lot of the games that I played, or all of the games that we played actually in this tournament. And today, I just wanted to break down what I think was one of the best teams that we played. This team actually went on to go and play for gold and silver, and I think they took home silver. We beat them, but even though that we beat them, they still got to go on and advance and play for medals, and we didn't because of a three-way tie that happened in our pool, which was pretty crazy to think. But we're going to go heading into this play. That's me in the polo. My partner is Ardie in the Philippines basketball jersey. James is about to serve in the hat, and that's David over there, his partner. So, okay, first point of the game. Pretty standard. Just trying to go ahead and control the line, and then I hit a punch that goes right into the net. So, not a great way to start the game. So, 1-0-1 for them. So this was a goal that we were trying to do, keep them back obviously as much as possible, just pretty basic. These first couple points though, overall, our strategy was just kind of to feel out both of the players, try to identify who was probably the weaker of the two players, and just try to focus hitting the ball towards them. So on this play, a lot of hits were made to James, and it was pretty obvious this guy really is strong with his placement. So I know for myself, I had a thought, let's mostly go over to David and see how he handles it. So I like my drop there. We got up to the line and force an error and get them to hit it right into the net. Pretty satisfied with that point. Should be 1-1-2 at this point. I should say that the game goes to 15, by the way, and we're going to switch at halftime, which is at 8. So, yeah, I try to hit a drop over to James. He gets a nice punch with a good reach. Keeps us back. So he's obviously a strong player. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, we're going to go to David. So here's David's serve on 1-1-1. Great return from Ardie. Forces an error on James. He just tries to hit a drop, and it goes right into the net. So as you can see, I'm starting already just to keep David back. James started to creep up at that point. I didn't really see David trying to make any effort to come up. I just talked to Ardie there, and that's me telling him, yeah, we're definitely gonna hit towards David, at least for now. And so we put one in the middle right there, and then they just hit it right into the net. Seemed like a little bit of confusion on their end. And yeah, there's me talking to Ardie again, just telling him, yeah, let's hit most of the balls over to David for now. So, see how this point develops. I try to hit a drop. Not too successful, but I get it on the 5th. Yep. And we're just going to start attacking specifically to that outside foot of David. At least that's where I'm aiming for when it came to the cross-court dinks there. Forced a pop-up that Ardie could take. And again, so dropping closer to David, but kind of in the middle. I'm trying to make them guess a little bit here. Little dink rally. David speeds it up there. I get caught a little bit off guard. Something that I needed to be a little bit more aware of. So into the next point. My serve here to James. 3rd, trying to drop it over to James. 5th, still another drop here. I change up and go towards David. He gives me just enough pop-up. There's Matt and Brendan, friends of mine. But, yeah, David gave me just enough of a pop-up where I could hit kind of a backhand punch over to James. One of my favorite shots is to hit that backhand, actually. I don't know what it is, but I'm able to just generate a lot of speed on it. But I served it out, so that's unforced. And then, again, a bad play on myself. That was probably going out. I'm a tall guy. I'm 6'6". I have a huge problem with going for balls that are probably actually going to go out because they're coming at my face. and I just automatically think to hit at them. So they're going on a little bit of a tear now. Ardie isn't able to actually return the serve that David threw his way, unlike Ardie for sure. So here we go. Ardie tries to get a little bit aggressive there. I'm actually okay with that for him. I like that. I like when he gets aggressive and goes and tries to poach a ball there, but unfortunately just didn't work out that time. And I think this one stayed in. Yeah, that one stayed in. So Ardie getting aggressive again, but that one actually grazes the line and stays in. So again, just trying to keep them back. Here comes Matt and Brandon again. All right, so back to me serving. Trying to hit a cross-court dink. Or sorry, a cross-court drop. Didn't really work out too well. Put us in a bad position, unfortunately, there. So here we go, Ardie serve. And again, Ardie just kind of driving over to David, trying to force an error out of him, then is able to hit it cross court, still with a nice drive over to James, who isn't able to keep it in. So I am again trying to attempt that third shot drop. We're able to keep it in to get to a fifth, but unfortunately Ardie just hits it out there. So we're back on defense here. I don't know really what happened there, but David got a little antsy. Probably saw some red there. A little too sweet. Does a little jump hit and hits it out. Serving coming to me. Just trying to keep them back a bit. There's that backhand that I talked about liking. Really like that shot. Just aiming it right at their feet. I'm just able to get a lot of control on that for some reason. So, I don't know. I just really enjoy that shot. Some buddies of mine call it the fly swatter that I play with. And, yeah, I just really, really like that shot. So, I'm doing a bad job right now trying to hit a drop. Kind of getting us out of position. Unfortunately, not up to the line. But okay, here we go. Hitting a drop over to David. 1-2 back and forth, and then he ends up hitting the ATP. Great shot by David there. So we're back on defense now. And there it is again. So hitting it up a little bit high towards me, and I'm able to just get that backhand flick, punch, fly swat. Not really sure how to categorize that shot. Let me know in the comments if you have a better name for that shot. I think I like the fly swatter overall. So yeah, again, it came over to my backhand. I didn't really get, there was a nice little drop on that though. So I didn't really get to do the punch and the fly swat that I typically like, but still got a nice little setup there. Great serve from Ardie, nice and deep. And then James just hits it a little bit too deep on the return. Again, Ardie being a little bit aggressive with the third shot drive there, just forcing a quick error from David. We'll take these points, you know. Trying to hit that drop over to David again. Trying to sustain a little cross-court dink rally. David actually hits a really good shot here, and I unfortunately pop it up. But we get into a little hands battle, and then Ardie gets a nice overhead, and then there it is. One of my favorite actual points and plays of the day. So, yeah, you saw there, Ardie has a killer overhead, and he's able to slam it back towards them. James is actually able to get a paddle on it, but it hits it super high up, lands right over the net, and then I'm there to just clean it up with an angle there. So we're going to halftime. The score, I believe, right now is 8-4. It should be 8-4-1. So I'm going to go ahead and cut a little bit forward to the second half of this game. Okay, here we go to second half. Ardie serving here. Nice little net hit from Ardie there, but they're able to recover really well. James hitting a nice reset there. David speeding it up to me. We actually get some great gets, and Ardie, dude, has legs on him, but unfortunately isn't able to get the pickup there. But I'm surprised he was even able to get there. So it should be 8-4-2, my serve now. I want to say to you, I really don't like being on the side that we're on now, because that tennis net is right behind me. So because my arms are so long, I'm actually not able to get a full backswing on serves, which is unfortunate, but really good play there. Ardie able to kill it with a nice overhead. Dude can generate so much speed on those overheads. Another serve there, and the return goes out of bounds. 10-4. Some free points are always nice and welcome. So I'm not sure. Ardie is a shorter guy than me, and he hit that. He's usually pretty good at leaving a ball, so I don't want to be quick to say that that was going completely out, but he unfortunately hits that one and it goes out, and then yeah, unfortunate play there where I just hit it right into the net. Dumb errors. We get a nice little return there. David attempts a little backhand hit, and it goes right into the net. Here goes James speeding up at me. That last ball actually hit my hand. You probably heard it didn't really come off of a paddle, so that hit my hand, unfortunately. It doesn't make its way over. Good return from Ardie there. So some speed up starting to come at me, but I'm able to keep that one in, but not really able to get a reset. Goes right into the net, unfortunately. If I remember correctly, I started to get a little bit in my head here. I started to feel like, all right, they're speeding up and targeting me a little bit here, so I need to get better with my hand speed to make sure to keep up. But we get a nice return there. Their shot goes right into the net, so our ball back. See, there's where the targeting starting to come on me a little bit more. Not able to get some resets. I need to just dig a little bit deeper there, fortunately. It's tough watching your own footage back and seeing the little mistakes you made. So Ardie gets aggressive there. Again, that's what I like to see. I'm trying to get some resets in there. Trying to force like a little bit of a pop up there so he can go ahead and poach and take that. Dude is really strong at that. That one I thought was going out of bounds, but grazes the corner there, unfortunately. Unfortunate for me, I guess. Okay, so there's a little fly swatter again. Able to put it the outside foot of James. He's just not really able to pick it up there. Okay, another unforced error, really. I guess I don't know if it's really necessarily unforced. And a good return there. James just hits his next shot into the net. So we get our ball back. I'm not able to hit a third there. I noticed on that last one, I had to take a little bit of a step back because of the return. That's where I start to get a little bit hung up because that net is literally right behind me. It's tough for me playing on these converted courts. What about you? Let me know in the comments if you struggle with that too. Nice rally here so far. Trying to get a little reset so we can come back up. We finally do, but then I unfortunately pop it back up, and then David's able to get a killer right there, right when we were able to get back up to the line, unfortunately. That's just something I need to get better at. Once we actually get up there, just making sure that reset and that drop really stays consistent. The ball comes right over the net. I wasn't ready for it, unfortunately. Hate when those catch you a little bit off guard. Whew. Okay, so I'm still focusing to try to go towards David. He had his backhand in that corner there. He did that little scoop. That was pretty crazy. I thought he was going to come back cross court to me and then ends up like scooping it towards Ardie, who's not able to pick it up. I don't think either of us were going to be ready for that. A little pop up towards me. I'm able to get a nice hit downwards towards James and at least finally get a stop here. We're at 9-11 right now. So they're definitely catching back up here. There's the speed up at me again. I'm just not, unfortunately, able to keep the control to keep it in. It's coming at me again here. Not able to keep it in again. So we're at 11-11, I think now. Should be at 11-11. So I decided to take a timeout. This is a strategy that I found out not a lot of people tend to do. So when people go on runs, maybe this is just from me playing basketball before, but I feel like whenever the other team would go on a run, we just take a timeout, try to cool them off a little bit, especially when they're hot like this. So we started the half 8-4. I think we were up at 1.10-4. I could be wrong. I'm recording this live. I'm not paying attention to the actual score too much. But I know for myself, we're still trying to target David here. But I remember thinking, all right, he's really starting to turn up here. So we're just gonna have to try to lock in a little bit more. And then yeah, that timeout seemed to work. So they hit a ball out. We're able to stop that little run and get the ball back. So it should be 11-11 at this point. Good play from James there. Kept forcing us back there. Okay, able to sustain a little bit of resets and dinking there. And then Ardie's able to put that one away. I'm just trying my best to set him up well. So I'm pretty happy with myself at that cross-court drop on the third there. I put it just in the corner there, a little bit too tough of a spot for David to get to without moving his feet. So we get a nice point there. Couple digs here. I'm gonna get a nice reset. And then I'm unfortunately not able to get that little drop shot that James hits. There's a real nice angle on there. Just wasn't ready to hustle enough to get there, though. I was really close, but all right, so serving's back over to their side. I'm trying to get really aggressive with those angles there, as you see, but James, in some anticipation, seemed like he was going to try to go for an ATP, just probably didn't wait a little bit long enough. Still gets a paddle on it, though. But I'm just trying to get a little bit more aggressive with those angles. Overhead to me. Some fly swatters there. And then James just unfortunately hits it out of bounds. So back to us now. So as you can see, Ardie's going for a lot more drives. I'm going for a lot more drops, which I don't mind at all. This is kind of a strategy that I like to see from the two of us. So I was trying to get a little bit aggressive in there. Back to resetting. Able to get a little fly swatter again towards James. He hits it right at a put away zone for me where I'm able to hit it towards David. He's not able to pick up that ball. So we're at 14-11. This is for game point. And unfortunately, David just hits it out of bounds there. So that's the game. 11-15. This is a good one. I see a lot of things in here that I definitely need to improve on. Hand speed being one of them. But overall, a really strong game. Again, congrats to David and James. They went on to play for gold and left the day with silver. So really good game. Really good players. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you did, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know, what are some things that you see that I could improve on that maybe I'm missing too, you know? It's just all part of the journey looking to improve. So let me know what you see in the comments, and let me know if you enjoyed this kind of video with the commentary over it, or if you would just rather see games played straight up. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.